I didn't compose my.
That's why I sat in the middle.
I've had a lot of wonderful, loyal fans. There was one, actually this was cool. There was one lady that I met at a convention, and she was dressed as me. She did one different thing with her gun, but I was the only one that did this, and I did it like quietly and didn't tell anybody. But I wore my gun just a little bit differently. And this lady came up to me and said that she was dressed as me, and I went, I know, I can tell you are. And I talked to her for a little bit, and I said, what do you do? And she said, well, I'm a pilot. And I said, really? And she said, yes, I watched you when I was a little girl, and you made me want to learn how to fly.
Aww.
And she got her and at the time I met her, she was currently flying 737s for FedEx, and was hoping to get a commercial airline pilot job.
Whoa.
I thought that was really cool.
No, I don't think I have any really. I'm still waiting for something crazy. So I'm really open to really anything. So I think the only thing, I was coming out of Costco in Vancouver, where I live in Vancouver, and this coming in or out of an elevator, and this woman, she ran into each other's door open, and she went, "You work on Battlestar," and how she said it was as if she worked on it too. I was like, yeah, I do. What department do you work in? And she just went, and I like stepped backwards. I'm like, okay. And my husband was up. He was like, what was that? I was like, I'm not sure. No, that was the oddest thing. So again, if anybody wants to up that story, please.
You know, that trips me out. You know, it trips me out that we have fans. I mean, no, I mean, it's a great show. I'm a fan too. But I don't know, like, when I'm like walking down the street or I'm at places and people recognize me, I forget that, you know, that I was Cat on Battlestar. People think I'm Cat. You know, they're like, oh, you're Cat, oh my gosh, you know, you're so tough, and, you know, I love that you know, the dynamic between you and Starbuck, and I forget, because like sometimes I leave my house and I'm in track pants, I got my hair like this, you know, and I forget that, you know, people recognize you on the street. But I don't know, I've had really great experiences with fans. I've got some like really loyal, great fans that I love dearly, and I mean, they've come and seen me at conventions in Europe and gone to convention to see me, and I just love them so much. You know, they just, you know, sometimes when things are slow, you know, you forget, you're like, oh man, I don't know if this is, you know, if anybody's appreciating your work, and then you get like a message from a fan on MySpace or Facebook or something, it's just like, oh, and it's like, it feels good, so keep those notes coming in. Sometimes I feel sad. Appreciate it. You know, but yeah, no, I love the fans. I think you guys are great, and I love doing these cons. They're so much fun. So, yeah.
Maybe a number of you know that Battlestar Galactica, both versions of Battlestar Galactica, are very, very popular with our military. Okay, and I don't know if I told you this story, Dirk, but there was a fan who came up to me about I've only been doing the convention circuit now for about 10 years. Maybe about 8 years ago, this man came up. Purposes of the story, I have to tell you that he was a white man with very, very blonde hair. He came over to me and he told me exactly just how much the character Battlestar Galactica and the character of Boomer affected him as a child, as a 10-year-old child. Perfect age when we came out in 1978. The toys were out, kids are out playing games and choosing who's going to play which character. Well, he always wanted to play Boomer, no matter where, I think you know where this story's going. No matter when the games came up, he always wanted to play Boomer. He grew up in a multi-ethnic neighborhood. And his friends would come over to him and say, "You can't play Boomer, you're not black." Fist fights would break out. And it isn't about the color of his skin, it's what the Boomer character does. He's always there to support. He's always there to back up. He's a loyal companion. He's a flying officer. And it also, back to Annie, it triggered a great love of aviation in his spirit. He went on to become an Air Force officer flying F-16s, better known as Vipers.
Oh.
And he was given the call sign.
No.
Bringing up the fact that it really had nothing to do with the color of Boomer's skin. It had to do with the content of his character. Thank you very much.
That's a really amazing story, and I don't have anything like that at all. I suppose jokingly in my mind, it's like, you know, what if I inspired somebody to go women and sell state secrets? I don't meet that person. What I do find is actually, I love these conventions, and I really like meeting the people who enjoy the show or enjoy what we do. There's something like Luciana was saying, it's really positive and it's really affirming, and get some sense of like what you give out. I genuinely far prefer people to actually come up to me and say hello. My kind of pet hate, and this like one particular story is like knowing that somebody, like, you know when somebody's looking at you, and like I remember just being, I'm going to put this down, being in the airport and then just feeling like I was being stalked. There was a guy, and I'll show you what he was doing. If I was like in front of these guys, there was a guy going like this. I was on the phone at the time, I kept on looking at him. So over to him, and I was like, "Hey, buddy, are you taking pictures of me?" Yeah. So just on that level, it's like nicer when people actually come up to you. The other thing I really don't like as well is like when you are recognised about something, there's this kind of superior thing that people have, like they want to tell their friend, and it's like, friend's always like, "No, it isn't." There's a bit of laughter, and so actually, like, it's far nicer when people actually come up and say hello, rather, we're all human.